Alright, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat mga kababayan. Batang Maynila to it's. So natapos na po ang talakayan dyan po sa House of Representatives kung yung apat na impeachment complaint ba kay Vice President Sara Duterte ay sufficient informed. So ito mga kababayan, panoorin natin yung press conference na ngayon po ay live po. Yan po sa House of Representatives para malaman natin yung detalye. So dun sa hindi po nakasubaybay, ito po, panoorin po natin yung yung detalye po ng nangyari dyan po sa hearing po ng House Committee on Justice tungkol po sa impeachment complaint laban kay Sara Duterte.
We have done with our deliberation on the determination of sufficiency in form. But even before we reach that point, nagkaroon ng withdrawal ng impeachment complaint of the second impeachment complaint. This is the D. et al. Impeachment complaint endorsed by Congressman Percival Sendanya and Congresswoman Laila De Lima. We asked the complainants to confirm under oath their withdrawal of the impeachment complaint, and the same was placed on the records of the hearing of the committee. And then subsequent to that, even before we reach the determination of sufficiency in form, nagkaroon na ng deliberation on the compliance or non-compliance of the first impeachment complaint with respect to the 1-year prohibition period, no? Narinig natin yung discussions ng mga Kongs. Of course, the disagreement among the members of the Justice Committee arise from the perceived inconsistency in the decision of the Honorable Supreme Court dated July 25, 2025 vis-a-vis the resolution issued by the Supreme Court on January 28, 2026. While the decision provides that the second impeachment complaint may be filed on February 6, the recent resolution, the one dated January 28, implies that the second impeachment may be filed on January 15. So from the perceived inconsistency between the decision and the resolution, we have heard the disagreeing positions, the different sides, different positions of the members of the Justice Committee. And of course, you know, in case of disagreement in the committee, we resolve that by the division of the House. Nagkaroon ng botohan on the motion to declare the first impeachment complaint or to set aside the first impeachment complaint for violation of the 1-year prohibition period. And as you can see, nanalo yung motion. That is why the first impeachment complaint was set aside. So in view of the withdrawal of the second, and then the setting aside of the first, technically, dalawa na lang po yung natitirang impeachment complaints. That is the third impeachment complaint filed by Father Saballa et al. Endorsed by Congresswoman De Lima, and the fourth impeachment complaint filed by Cabrera, endorsed by Congressman Abante and Congressman Paulo Ortega. No? Tapos today, we concluded also the determination of sufficiency in form of these two remaining impeachment complaints. I'm saying remaining because when we started, it used to be four impeachment complaints. Yung first impeachment complaint, remember, it was set aside on the ground of violation of 1-year prohibition. Ito yung in-endorse ni Congressman Tino, Congressman Elago, and Congresswoman Co. The second impeachment complaint was withdrawn even before the start of the deliberation. And we were joined by the complainants, and we asked them really to confirm under oath the said withdrawal of the impeachment complaint. It is for this reason why I'm saying there are only two impeachment complaints now, the third and the fourth. And during our proceeding today, we deliberated already on the sufficiency in form, and we concluded with voting, in which case both impeachment complaints, the third and the fourth, were both declared to be sufficient in form. Because of that, for our tomorrow's meeting, we will be deliberating on sufficiency in substance of these two impeachment complaints. Remember, we have two impeachment complaints now, the third and the fourth. The first was withdrawn, the second was set aside. So technically, we're dealing only with two impeachment complaints. The third and the fourth, which we will be hearing tomorrow, with regards to the determination of sufficiency in substance, no? So for our opening statement, that would be all. You may raise your questions to my colleagues.
Okay, so yan na malinaw mga kababayan. Yung 4 na impeachment complaint, naging 2 na lang. At yung 2 impeachment complaint ay napagbotohan na ito po ay sufficient in form. So kumbaga kung hagdan po yan mga kababayan, umakyat na po ng isang hakbang. Nako, papunta po na rin sa sa Senado. So yung 2 po na impeachment complaint, umangat na po ng isang step. Sufficient in form. Alright? So bukas naman, pag-aaralan nila, pagbobotohan, magdidebatihan kung ito ay sufficient in substance. So kapag sufficient in substance, aakyat na naman po yan ng isang step mga kababayan. Ang alam ko pagkatapos noon pagbobotohan po yan sa plenaryo at ipapasa na po yan sa Senado. At doon po sa Senado, wala na po nga mangyayaring pagtalakay kasi ang mangyayari po doon ay sila po ay magiging senator judges. So exciting ito, mga kababayan. Senator judges. At sila po ang magdidesisyon kung ito bang si Sara Duterte ay guilty po dito po sa mga binintang sa kanya diyan po sa sa mga grounds of impeachment na inihain laban dito sa ating Vice Presidente. So yan mga kababayan yung aabangan natin, mga DDS. Kamusta na kayo? Okay pa ba kayo? Are you okay? So, bukas po yung sufficient in substance. So, ngayon, umangat na po ng isang step. Abangan natin yung maganda yung pag nasa Senado na Yung mag-aaway-aaway yung mga Yung maglalaban-laban, yung prosecutor, yung prosecution, saka yung yung defense. Diba? At, paktay na to. Delikado itong ating Vice Presidente. Pakinggan natin yung mga katanungan ng media dito po sa sa mga miyembro po ng Committee on Justice diyan po sa House of Representatives.
Sir. Good afternoon, ma'am. Lianes Capanti, GMA News Online. Ma'am, by deeming this third and fourth sufficient in form, kasali ba doon yung criteria na hindi siya sufficient in form siya dahil hindi siya nag-violate ng 1-year bar rule? Would that be correct?
That is the intention of the committee, but as you have witnessed, a motion was raised by the Honorable Chua to resolve first the compliance on 1-year bar rule before we proceed to the determination of sufficiency in substance. But really, it is the intention of the Justice Committee to include that in the determination of sufficiency in form, no? Because we understand that the 1-year prohibition is part of the procedural requirement which must be complied with also in filing an impeachment.
Hello po, I'm Lance from Newswatch Plus. How do you respond to critics, Lance, saying na parang nanigurado yung komite? Dahil naninigurado daw po yung komite naninigurado sila because like yung first complaint, it was filed before February 6, which was February 2. The original 1-year bar was February 6 dun sa July 2025 impeachment ruling. So, ang sinasabi po nila parang nagtatago sa sariling anino yung House Justice Committee and naninigurado kayo para makalusot yung impeachment complaints ngayong 2026.
Well, una po sa lahat, very clear po yung Supreme Court decision Hindi ba? There is no room for equivocation on the date that they stated in the decision. Feb 6, yung reckoning date. So I think talagang very important po na tiyakin po ng House Committee on Justice na ito po yung susundin po natin na date in proceeding with any impeachment relating to the Vice President. No? So this is what we are doing today, no? And we will proceed with determination of substance tomorrow. So walang naninigurado dito, we are just complying with what the Supreme Court actually stated as an express date on the reckoning date for the one-year bar rule.
Sorry. Mag-follow up sana ako kanina. May common allegations po yung first to fourth complaint. But I would just like to, hindi ko lang kung familiar kayo. Meron bang, kasama ba sa allegation sa first complaint, yung apparent threat ni Vice President Sara Duterte to kill the President and his family? Nasa first complaint po ba yun? Or nandun lang siya sa second, third, and fourth?
It's present in all complaints. They were the allegation that the Vice President said threats to the President, the First Lady, and the Speaker of the House then is present in all of the complaints.
So, having said that, for the record lang po, yung pagka-set aside and withdrawal ng first and second complaint, does this diminish the merits of the impeachment complaints or allegations against the Vice President?
No, it does not. In fact, the endorsers of the first and second complaint said that they are supporting and are joining the deliberations of the third and fourth impeachment complaints. There was no ruling on the merits. In fact, the endorsers themselves of the first and second complaints said that this is not their withdrawal. For example, of the second complaint, their withdrawal of the second complaint is not tantamount to dismissal based on the merits. So meaning po, hindi po natin pinag-usapan yung merits. They just thought, lalo na yung sa second impeachment complaint, na mas mapapabilis ang proseso ng pag-impeach kung mag-focus tayo doon sa ibang impeachment complaint.
Thank you, ma'am.
Kongs? For clarification po, yung pagkakasama po nung one-year bar rule, bahagi po siya nung amended rules na po from the rules rewriting committee. Tama po ba?
We haven't passed the new rules, the revised rules. Kasi po, sa totoo lang po, as a member of the Rules Rewriting Committee, ginawa po natin yon last year. But since tuloy-tuloy po kasi yung impeachment proceedings here, we stuck with the rules that we adopted at the earlier part of the 20th Congress. So, hindi pa po kasama yon. But let me mention this, no? Yung doon po sa bagong draft po namin ng rules, wala naman po kaming ginawang iba. Inayos lang. We just clarified the provisions or the provisions of the House rules. Kasi may mga wording na hindi maganda. So, inayos lang po natin yun.
Kung Terry, kanina po may heated debate lang po no, with regards to the, yung sabi nyo nga po, irrelevant yung issue na na-raise. Do you expect more po na ganong mga manifestations, especially tomorrow, sa determination of sufficiency in substance?
Well, ang expectation mo natin sa lahat ng House members ay mag-stick po doon sa mga relevant questions, no? Doon po sa sufficiency in substance, no? So, ibig sabihin, we will have to talk about confidential funds, yung pong threats against the President, the First Lady, and the former House Speaker, matters relating to the SALN, and syempre, yung pong, which is the new addition and allegation po dito sa impeachment complaint po nito, the Madriaga affidavit. So, it is our hope that House members will stick to these questions relating to these topics, no? Kasi talaga naman po kanina extraneous po talaga eh. Doon po sa discussion ng sufficiency informed and yung threshold question on timeliness, yung po mga binabanggit po ng ilan pong mga House members po natin.
But why do you think it was raised, Kong?
No, I don't have feelings relating to what our colleagues are stating. No? Ibig sabihin, they're free to state it, but they're also free to be pointed out of order. Di ba? Pagka irrelevant yung mga binabanggit po nila sa discussions po namin. So, I think we can leave it at that.
A follow-up question lang po, Eden Santos from Net25. Ang kinu-question din po hindi lamang yung mga colleagues, yung moral ascendancy ng mga namumuno sa komite o yung mga didinig po sa impeachment complaint against Vice President Sara Duterte. Kung kayo daw po ay kasama rin doon sa listahan, that was the allegations po. Paano po kayo magiging fair, partial dito po sa pagdinig na ito sa impeachment against VP Sara?
Wala ko po sasagot kasi wala naman ako dun sa listahan ng sinasabi pong affidavit. But again, the affidavit itself basically is being subject to a credibility test as well. As an example, which is the most important example, yung pong mga larawan na nandun, may sinasabi sila roon na si John Paul Estrada po yung nakalagay pong litrato doon. But I think yung publicly available pictures of John Paul Estrada would show that that guy in that picture, in that affidavit, is absolutely not Paul Estrada. So doon pa lang ho, absolutely incredible. Zero credibility yung pong affidavit po nung pong mga former dishonorably charged Marines. So kumbaga, I don't think the House Committee on Justice should provide a platform for this incredible document to be given light by the committee.
Thank you.
Sir.
Okay, so ayun na yan. Itigil na natin muna itong press ko na to. Total patapos na rin naman. Ang importante rito mga kababayan, yung pagdeklara ng House Committee on Justice na sufficient informed ang dalawang impeachment complaint. O magtataka kayo, bakit dalawa na lang? Balikan nyo po yung video para mapanood ninyo at maintindihan nyo bakit dalawa na lang. Kasi apat yun pero naging dalawa na lang. At ito, bilang pagtatapos, basahin lang natin yung ilang mga comment ng ating mga kababayan. Sabi ko sa inyo, umiiyak na mga DDS Iyakan ng mga DDS ang kakapal talaga ng mukha ninyo. Yung tunay na magnanakaw, hindi nyo nililitis dahil nakinabang kayong lahat dyan at takot kayo kay King Martin. May mga araw din kayo, mga animal kayo dyan. Sa House of Representatives, babalikan kayo ng taong bayan. Teka, kapatid, ako walang problema dyan sa sinasabi mo, pero huwag mong gagamitin ng taong bayan. Ikaw lang yan, ikaw lang nagsasalita niyan, ha? Babalikan ko kayo, dapat ay nang nilagay mo, babalikan kayo ng mga didilis, ng mga Duterte supporters, huwag ng taong bayan. Kasi ang taong bayan po ay ang katulad namin na tahimik lang sa Gedli, yung majority. Hindi po kayo ang taong bayan. Hindi lang po kayo. Kaya don't ever use taong bayan. Ito lagi ginagamit ng mga DDS, taong bayan, ito ang gusto ng taong bayan, sigaw ng taong bayan. Ilan lang naman sila. Niloloko tayo ng mga to Paano yung billions sa pera ng flood control issues na ginagastos sa maling paraan? Billions versus millions. Yan po, iniimbestigahan na. Iniimbestigahan na po yan. Di ba? Manood kayo ng balita kasi hindi yung puro chismis lang sa Gedli ang pinakikinggan ninyo. Iniimbestigahan po yan. Okay, yung mga kababayan natin nanganganib ang buhay sa Middle East. Samantalang kayo si VP pa rin tinatrabaho ninyo. Ilang taon na kayong walang silbi. Walang silbi. Sino kaya yung walang silbi? Sino ang walang silbi? Kung makapagsalita naman itong mga didilis, no? Talagang walang silbi. Sino kaya yung walang silbi, mga kababayan? Sino sa tingin niyo yung walang silbi? So, ayan po yung ilang komento ng mga DDS. Talaga sabi ko sa inyo, mag-iiyakan na itong mga to. Talagang masakit para sa kanila na nililitis o inuumpisahan ng pag-usapan ng impeachment complaint lamang kay Sara Duterte. At nakaangat na po ng unang hakbang pataas. Susunod po, sufficient in substance. Kapag na-deklara po, aakyat na po sa Senado, magsusuot na po ng mga robe ang mga judges at sila po ay magdidesisyon kung guilty ba o hindi guilty si Sara Duterte doon po sa mga grounds for impeachment, doon sa mga ibinibintang po sa kanya. Kaya nga po nagkaroon ng impeachment. Malalaman natin po yan sa susunod na kabanata. Abangan ang susunod na kabanata, mga kababayan. So, for the meantime, tutok-tutok lang po kayo dito sa Batang Maynila. Sa iba pang updates. Ingat po tayong lahat. God bless po.